Hello my friends, welcome to Bookla's channel, and in today's video I will show you how to send confirmation emails to your customers after they made a booking. And to do that we will use great automation tool called n8n, Webhooks from Bookla, and also Postmark to send emails. Let's get started. Okay, first of all, we need to start with creating our email templates for our confirmation email and also for reminders. So to do that, I propose using Postmark email service. It's a really great service for the great price, and also the deliverability is great. We're using it for our own projects, and it works really great. So basically, when you're creating a Postmark account, then you created a server. Let's start creating our templates. So first of all, let's create a basic layout that we're going to use for our templates. So just click Add Layout, and let's use for our tutorial Basic. So here the layout name we can keep Basic, and here are some parameters. I think that in most cases those parameters are not needed, and for example we can just hard code those parameters here, and let's say the product name or a company name, let's call it Gym in our tutorial, and or for example Gym Inc. Yes, and here we also can use Gym Inc. All rights reserved. Company name, let's let it be also Gym Corp, for example. And company address, some address. Okay, we can see the preview. Yeah, so it's just like a basic template, basic layout that we're gonna use for our template. Just click Save, go back to Templates, and now let's create a first template for the confirmation. Let's click Code Your Own, and we can use basic layout for our template. To speed up the tutorial, I created the confirmation template, and let's go through it. So I just used basic HTML tags like h1, so it's for heading with their name, and name it's a parameter that we're gonna send to the template to display the name of the customer. Some paragraph with congrats, your booking was confirmed, then list with bullets with the start time and service name, and also as a parameter we will send start and service, and like see you soon text. And we can preview it and see how it looks. So instead of our parameters, by default Postmark shows name value and start value, service value. But you can put your own values. Just click Edit Test Variables, and for example product URL we don't need here, and just name, for example John, start, let it be 30th of December 2024, 10 a.m. Yep, and the service name, private train. Okay, yeah, we see how it looks, so it's completely fine for our tutorial. Yeah, now our template is ready. Oh, by the way, you can edit the alias of your template as well. Just click on it and let's call it confirmation. Yeah. Okay, the confirmation template is done. Now let's go to n8n to create our automation. So we are in n8n tool, and I highly recommend this tool for different kind of automations. And also you can self-host it, so it will cost you much cheaper than, for example, cloud version, or you can use cloud version that also has a great pricing, and you don't need to care about the hosting and all this stuff. But yeah, let's start our automation. So just click plus, create workflow, and here it is. So first of all, we need to create webhook trigger. So just open plus, search for webhook, and here it is. So basically we need to copy this URL. It's test URL. Later we will switch to production, but for now let's test it. So just copy it, click on it, and yes, you will copy it. Then HTTP method changed to post, because Bookla will send the hook as post. And yeah, that's enough. Then we need to go to Bookla and create our webhook. So here in developer section, you need to choose webhooks and click add webhook endpoint. So endpoint we can call n8n, and URL, paste this URL that you just copied in n8n. Create. Okay, endpoint is created, and now we need to add subscription to our events. In our case, we need to handle booking created event. Just click add subscription, and let's call it booking, and select booking created event. Just click create. Okay, now you see that subscription is created, and now we can send the event. So to test how it works, let's switch to Framer. Okay, we are in Framer, and we will test our booking process together with the n8n automation. If you missed my tutorial about Framer and how to set up the component, I will put a link below for you to check it later. So, okay, let's check the availability. So for tomorrow, we have some times available. But before we make a booking, let's go back to n8n and click listen for test event. So right now we are listening. Go back to Framer, and for example, we are picking up the time. Click continue. First name James Smith, james@smith.com. Make booking, success. Now let's check the workflow, and we got the event. As you see, there is different data in the body that we got from the webhook, and we will work with this data. So you can view it in different format, like in the table or JSON or schema, but yeah, let's quickly go through the JSON format, and let's check what kind of data we have. So basically the headers, in this case we don't care much, so we need to care about the body. And in the body we see the data tag, and we see the ID of the booking when it's created, service ID, resource ID, client ID who made the booking, also the price, duration, the end time, booking policy, like all this data. And now let's create another step. In this step, we will call Bookla API to get some data, for example, information about the client. And especially for n8n, we created a community node, and you can install it. I will show you how to do that. You need to go to settings, and then you can choose community nodes on the left side. And here I already installed Bookla, but you can install it by going to install, and here in npm package name find n8n nodes Bookla, and click understand and click install. After that you will install the node Bookla that you can use for your automations. So okay, let's go back to our workflow and click plus. Oh, by the way, to keep the data of your webhook, you can pin the data, so not to lose it while you're building your workflow. Just click pin, and this data will be always available while we are doing the implementation of our workflow. So yeah, let's go back, click plus, and here in search nodes type Bookla, and yes, you will see that Bookla is available, and you will see different types of actions that you can use to get data from Bookla API. So for example, get a service, get booking, get resource, and in our case we need to search for clients to get client by ID. Search client, and now we see the credentials. We need to put the credentials. To do that, click Create New Credentials, and you will see the new window where you need to put the API key. And to create the API key, we are going back to the platform, going back to Developer section, click API Keys, and let's create the API key. Call it n8n, and we need permissions. For our case, for the automations, as it will be securely stored on the backend, we can create, for example, all permissions for merchant to use, because in the future probably we will need to get some more information and call some other APIs, for example, to get services, working hours, or whatever. So, and bookings, yes. And now we have all those permissions, and click Create. Now we need to copy this API key, go back to Workflow, and put here to API key. Click Save, and credential successfully created. Now just close it, and you see your credentials will be visible in Bookla account. Server that you need to select, it's US server or EU. You can find it in Bookla Platform. Just check the beginning of the website URL. It's US or EU. Okay, go back. So it's US server, service client, and operation search. Company ID. We need to go to Bookla Platform, click company, and copy this ID. Go back. So company ID right here. Client ID. Client ID we can find in our webhook. Just go down, and you see client ID is here. Just drag and drop to client ID. Okay, email and external user ID, we don't need it here because we have client ID and it's enough. Let's test the step. And voila, we have information about the client that we're gonna use next. So, for example, first name for our template, and email to send email to our customer. Oh, and by the way, we also need to get some information about the service, because in the webhook we have only service ID, but we don't have a title of the service ID. And to do that, we just adding another Bookla action. Get a service. Okay, so company ID, we already have it in our copy memory, and service ID. Service ID, basically, we also go into webhook and copying the service ID here. Let's check. Yeah, we get the information about the service, and it's personal training. Just closing it, and now we need to send email to our customer. Let's click and let's find Postmark integration. Yeah, it's there. Oh, but they don't have any actions like to send emails or something. They have only triggers for the webhooks. Okay, not a big deal. Let's go back and just let's find normal HTTP request, and let's use it to call Postmark API to send email. Okay, but what email methods they have and which URL to use? Let's go to Postmark and let's try to find the documentation. Default transaction stream, and yeah, this is the CURL method, but not for the template. We need the API method to be able to send email with the template. Let's click More, and here is the documentation page for Postmark. Let's find here the API reference, email, but we need templates, and send email with a template. Okay, yeah, here it is. And we have CURL template here. Let's copy it and go back to our workflow and click Import CURL. Just paste it, import, and here it is. So we have headers parameters with a token and JSON with a template. So let's fill up the JSON template. From it's basically your information that you set up on Postmark, which email you are using to send from. For my use case, it will be igor@bookla.com. Here we need to use the client info. Just open here Bookla, because here is the information about the client, and we need email right here. Just put it here. Okay, where is it? Oh, yeah. Sometimes in n8n it doesn't paste normally, but you can just copy it and paste it right here. Template ID. To get the template ID, let's go back to Postmark. Let's go to our test server, templates, and here in templates we have our confirmation template, and template ID can be found, for example, in address bar. Just copy it, go back to workflow, paste template ID here. Template model, it's our parameters that we need to send. Just to remember what parameters we are using, okay, name, start, and service. For the name, we can use here name. Let's use first name of our customer. Start. We can use also from the webhook start time of the booking. So here it is. So yeah, it's server time, but you can edit this format just as you want. For example, you can convert it to the time zone of your company and display it, for example, just the date and time, for example, by words or in different format. And service, here just put information from the service. So it's Bookla 1 input, and here we have name of the service. So just drag and drop. Okay, JSON name. Does it work? Yes. So all the data is filled, and we can test the step, but as it's james@smith.com. Basically, I don't have access to this email, of course. Let's just save our workflow. Oh, and also we forgot to put the Postmark server token. To find this server token, we need to go back to Postmark, go to API tokens, and just copy the token and go back and put a token here. Okay, so basically we can test the step, and probably it will not send the email to James. Let's test. Okay, and we see that message is sent to. Let's check in our Postmark message streams. Oh, we see that one message is sent. So yeah, it bounced because this email doesn't exist. But anyway, we can check. Yeah, you see, so all the data is here. Dear James, congrats, your booking was confirmed. Start time, service, and see you soon in our gym. Okay, so basically the basic workflow for confirmation is ready. Just save it, and let's switch to production URL. Go to Webhook, click production URL, and copy this URL as it needs for Bookla to use the production URL, and also you will not be able to enable this workflow, and it will not work correctly if you will not use the production URL. Just click Save and go back to Bookla Platform. Just close it, go to Developers section, go to Webhooks, and basically for this test URL we can just delete it and create new production one. So just put our new URL, name can be the same, add subscription, so it's already keep the old name booking, and the events booking created. Okay, now we are using production URL. Go back to workflow, let's name it, for example, confirmation email. Okay, and we can make it active. You can now make calls to your production webhook URL. Okay, got it. All right, let's go to Framer, and yeah, it's a previous page. Go back, click play. Let's choose another time, for example, 12 p.m. Click continue, and let's use my name, Igor@bookla.com. So basically I will send email from my email to my email, but it's not a big deal. For testing, we can just check how it works. Make booking, success, and let's check my inbox. Yay! I got the email. Yoo-hoo, your booking was confirmed. Dear Igors, congrats, your booking was confirmed. Start time, service, and see you soon. Nice. We got our confirmation email ready. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. In second part of this tutorial, I will show you how to send reminders to your customers. But for now, please subscribe to this channel, like this video. I hope you like it. More videos to come. So enjoy and see you soon.